Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the cluster fuckery that is my office. So despite being unemployed, somehow I just didn't get to the video timely, and the item's been out now for a few weeks, a couple weeks at least. But we're going to do it today. This video was also requested by Pedro Hernandez, so thank you, Pedro. Hopefully this video you'll find it sufficient. We're going to look at the item, we're going to inspect it, and we're going to play the vinyl, see how it sounds, and then I'll give you my overall thoughts on it. It's a long overdue item. We are talking about Rozz Williams' first spoken word release on Cleopatra Records, Every King a Bastard's Son. I believe it came out in either 92 or 93, and this item was a pretty stark departure from what Rozz Williams fans were used to. The only inclination that we had that Rozz might do a spoken word album was, obviously, he was a poet. He did a lot of prolific writing. He was a very talented writer. And then we had like the soundscapes and noise projects that he was doing. And then there was that track Blue Heart, which is the first spoken word track that I'm aware of by Rozz. So when you take all those pieces together, it really was no surprise that there would be a spoken word album. But when it did come out, it was quite impactful. At least for me, it was a very impactful album. My personal story associated with this album is my mom absolutely hated every time I would put this on. The very opening track would drive her bonkers, and then as soon as she heard the horses rearing, she was banging on my door. She hated this album. I think it creeped her out. She never really said that. And I felt like it was their just desserts for torturing me with Todd Rundgren when I was a child. Not that I feel that way now, but when I was a child, I was terrified of A Wizard, a True Star. And like a small child. So I think that's their comeuppance for that. Your average music listener is not collecting spoken word albums. It's, obviously, it's an element of poetry with performance, so it's a very artistic expression. So with that said, let's open up my package. I ordered it directly from Cleopatra. They always, as much as I give Cleopatra grief, they always do a great job with their customers. I've never had a problem ordering an item from Cleopatra, and they tend to throw in some extra stuff. Not like anything, like they usually throw in some self-promotional stuff, right, for the label. But they don't have to do that, and I really appreciate that they do that. It's very nice, especially for new fans that have missed out on a lot of stuff over the years, because they're just now getting into Rozz, and it's all out of print and obscure, and my hair won't stay up. I might have to put on a hat. So anyway, so let's unpack this. And so what have they sent? They've sent me a list of their films. Cleopatra Entertainment. So I've seen one of these. Which one was it? Actually, I don't think I saw any of these. So they like to throw in these things. I always get several of these. They're like a flyer, but not really a flyer. So I have 4 of them. We got this. I think that's Dave Vanian. We got this. Which I really don't know what these are. Are these like newsletters? I don't know. And then I think I showed that one. So they sent all those, and then mini catalog, which is nice. Cleopatra has quite a artist list now. You know, it's not just your Hawkwind, Spawn Ranches, Rosetta Stones anymore. They have revered artists like Todd Rundgren on their label, and Danzig, and so and then I got a Cleopatra sticker, and then Kung Fu Records, which I'm not really familiar with. I'll have to look that up. Maybe it's a subsidiary of Cleopatra. And then we have the vinyl, which they've packed in bubble, and they always use really heavy LP mailers, so you know, they do it right, and I really appreciate that. I've never had a problem with Cleopatra. I really respect the care that they use in shipping things to fans and collectors, and the extras that they throw in. So I'm gonna get a hat because this is driving me crazy. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. That's so much better. Sorry about that. This office, I don't have any AC in here, and I live in New Orleans, so and it's July, so this office is about 475 degrees right now, as usual, and it's raining while the sun is out. So like if you walk outside, it's like a rainforest. So cold water, what can you do? So everything, this room is a giant mess. When you have an intolerant amount of books and music, this is what happens. You wind up with an extra room where all of your shit gets hidden from people that visit, or from the partner that is a minimalist. So here you go. So here is the album. I went with the red. There's a blue colored version, and I think this is probably a good time to talk about some confusion that has happened with this release. So shortly after it was mentioned or listed on eBay and I ordered it, I was told that there was a green and gold version from FYE, and then when I went on Amazon, I also saw that they had a green and gold version listed, not the red and blue, and that the release date was sometime in July. I think it was July 8th. So that was confusing. So I reached out to Cleopatra right after I purchased this, and I asked them about it, and they said it was a mistake. So my hunch is maybe the vinyl was originally, when they sent out the press release to distributors, it was supposed to be green and gold. That's my hunch, and for whatever reason, maybe there wasn't enough stock of green and gold available, or maybe they could turn around a red and blue pressing faster, and that's what we wound up with. And the green and gold was something that distributors, it was a miscommunication with the distributors, or from the distributors to the market itself. I find that suspect. I doubt like the distributors just made up green and gold out of nothing and went and started rolling with it. My hunch is that it was originally supposed to be green and gold, which I think would have been better color choices for this album. Red and blue, I don't know, they're such a vibrant color, and this album is so dark. I don't know, it's like a candy colored nightmare, kind of. I don't know, it doesn't make much sense, but here we go. Like if they had gone with like a blood red vinyl or like a splatter vinyl, okay. But just fire engine red and like I don't know what just a royal blue. Odd choices. So red to me was more akin to what I more akin to the recording than a blue one. But both are limited to 500 copies. So there's 500 red, 500 blue. And the red seems to be in the market more than the blue. At least locally for me, I've seen these in the store. Everyone has red. So now I'm thinking I should probably pick up a blue in case those are a little bit more scarce or only in certain markets. I'm kind of regretting my choice now. Not that I think it matters. And do I need both? I don't know. Let's figure that out. This is pretty representative of the original release. Let me pull that out of my materials. This was only released on CD from Cleopatra. There is not a cassette version of this. So let me find that really quick and then we will touch base. Okay, so this is the original CD booklet. So they've done a faithful representation of... trying to figure it out and do the new camera. So there's a faithful representation of the two here. I think they're identical. Yeah, it's just a little bit lighter image than this. So they probably just blew this up. And then the back cover of this matches the back cover of the booklet, except they've added the song titles. So, and again, this was, I'm looking now, it's 92. So this came out in 92. So pretty faithful representation. Let's open this up and see if this is the original back cover art. So let's see if this is in there anywhere, because it's a really cool image, and I'm wondering, if it's in here somewhere. I hope so, because it really ties into the cover. So we're going to open this up. It is a gatefold. And I am all out of plastic sleeves, so I need to go get some. Alright, so here is our inner gatefold. Has the lyrics. So the vinyl is in this back pocket, and this front pocket is sealed. So there's only something on this side, the back cover part. So this image from this seems to be missing, unfortunately. That's sad, because what we have is a plain white picture sleeve. It is a thicker paper. It's not your standard flimsy white, but a picture sleeve would have been beautifully incorporated here with that original imagery. I would have preferred a picture sleeve, honestly, than a gatefold with just lyrics on the inside. I'm looking at the imagery, and let me open up the booklet. So the imagery on the inside of the gatefold does not even match the imagery that's in the original booklet. It had a very gothic horror kind of look to it. And it looks like they've gone with like it is a collage. It looks like Chernobyl. A bat and some Gustave Doré kind of art. Do they give credits? So they give credits in here, on ironically enough, or mistakenly enough, typically, for a back cover collage as Rozz Williams. I don't think that constitutes a collage. It is more likely reference to this, and they just simply copied the liner notes from the original CD release without really giving it much thought at what they were doing. The inner layout of this just says endless graphics, so it is something they created for this release. Unfortunately, they didn't use, I don't think this is Rozz's work. The cardboard on this is slick, it's glossy, and it's heavy. It's a nice quality, thick cardboard, glossy cardboard. I am impressed with this. This is really well done. More from this series of photographs. I'm sure there's more. I don't know who took that photo. Is it Cecilia? Yeah, Cecilia. So I'd love to see more of those photos, Cecilia, if you're watching. All right, so then we have our vinyl itself. I'm gonna say this is 180 grams. It's heavy, and it's Fire Engine Red. The center label, not really inspiring. They actually used, it looks like, the booklet imagery from the CD on the center label. Okay, so yeah. So let's see if there's anything in the dead wax. Nope, just the Clio numbers. There's nothing special in the dead wax. Just the CLO 2534 LP, and then a VI or V127393 6-A and B. I am noticing, running my fingers along the edge of this, that there are some defects. I don't know if the camera's really picking that up, but this is not good. It shows kind of shoddy work where the cutters didn't do a very good job. It's really rough. That won't affect play. It's just shoddy. And the red is transparent. I don't know if I can really... Yeah, you can kind of see my hand through. So, do I have a scale? Let me get a scale. Hang on a sec. Alright, so I got my wife's postage scale here, and let's just see if we can weigh this. Let me guess, the battery's dead. Oh, Lord. Alright. Well, this might be my first 163 gram record. That's really odd. So it's not a 180. It's really strange. So yeah, it's round 163. It's kind of hard to read because this is a flat scale, but yeah, it's at 163 right now. So interesting. So let's throw this on the turntable and see how it sounds, and then we can kind of wrap this up with an evaluation on whether or not this is worth spending the money on. Okay, we'll be right back. Guess what, everyone? I just broke my tripod. Cluster fuckery of my office. Alright, so I'm going to do this one-handed. No, I'm not. Yeah, I am. Let's see if we can... No, I'm not. Okay, for reals this time. There we go. Mom is running to my bedroom door.
Someday the bird will arrive, and the spirit will fly free. Until then, I'll wing it. There are black souls beneath me, and all the mirrors lie, broken. Someday you will be honored with the horror.
I just want to check something really quick.
I keep finding more. Every cell portrait. You the heroine last night. My serene would not work. And I woke up screaming with a sharp tongue sticking out at me. Every hour of blood was gone. I had to shave the head and reform the horns, the crown, the thorns, being at times too much of a burden. Then something happened to his face. That was terrifying. Something that went rolled out through the flesh, seeped through the skin, around the mouth, crashing thousands of muscles.
All right. Well, since I broke my tripod, we're going to do this in a really different kind of way. I got this propped up on my desk, being held by my wallet, my empty wallet. So here's my feelings about this. It was a little dirty. I'm not surprised given the quality of the lacquer cut. A little tuned more towards deeper tones, which is good. I think this kind of recording needs that. It's not this premature ejaculation throughout. It's really like kind of a gothic, dark horror. So the deeper tones lend to that. So I think this is a really quality recording. I'm really impressed. I wasn't sure how well spoken word was going to be done. I was playing with the balance there because I think they double tracked Rozz's vocals. His vocals in one channel and then the echo in the other channel. I'm not 100%. I would need to sit and really like focus on that. I feel like there's stuff happening in the left channel that's not happening in the right channel and vice versa. So if that's the case, that's that's impressive, and I really appreciate that. Especially given how long we've waited for this recording. It's 20 years now. Is that right? 2002, 30 years. Oh my God. Is that right? Am I doing the math right? Has it been 30 years since this came out? Yeah, I guess so, because I was annoying my parents with it. So, wow. That's profound. 30 years ago this came out. That's amazing. So that long of a wait for it to be released on vinyl. Could it be better? Yeah, I think with that kind of wait, they could have done a 30th anniversary release, given us a picture sleeve instead of a plain white sleeve. And maybe the colors could have been better selected. Like more planning, I think. This was probably a last minute kind of thing that was coming. I asked about this a couple years ago or last year. When is Clio going to release the rest of its Rozz vinyl material on vinyl? So we still have necessary discomforts to go from premature ejaculation. That I imagine will come in the near future. Hopefully. That's the last of the stuff that Rozz released on Cleopatra that hasn't been pressed on vinyl, with the exception of the remix albums, the techno stuff. So I would recommend picking this up. I think it's $24.99 through Clio directly. It might be $26.99. My local store is selling it for $26.99. Almost no markup. So it's worth picking up, especially if you're a fan of this album and you're a vinylophile. Get this. It's a nice addition to the Rozz Williams vinyl collection. And Cleopatra didn't chintz on the materials. Unfortunately, we just didn't get a very robust recording or robust packaging with a picture sleeve. I think that would have really sold the deal for me. So on a scale of 10, I'm going to give this a 7 just because of that. They didn't use Rozz's artwork on the inner sleeve or the inner gatefold. The misprint of back cover collage by Rozz Williams that we didn't get. This missing artwork. So with that being said, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. I think it's definitely worth having for the price point. Cleopatra didn't overprice this. They could have. Because it is the first time of it being released on vinyl, and the first time it's been released since its original release that's now out of print. So thank you, Cleopatra, for bringing this to us fans finally. I am impressed. There's definitely some Clio things about it that Clio just does without, I don't know, they don't do it consciously, I don't think. It has some Clio aspects to it. But overall, I'm impressed. I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with this purchase. As always, Clio does a great job for its customers. They go above and beyond more than most labels do, and I appreciate that about them. Their customer service is great, and so, you know, I can't fault them for anything other than just a little threadbare on the presentation of this item. So with that said, I'm going to close. Like I said, there's 500 of these in red, and there's 500 in blue. Maybe pick yourself up a blue one, because I think they're going to be a little bit more scarce to find. Maybe the blue wound up in European markets. I'm not sure, but I think I'm gonna look for a blue one now. Get this item if you're a Rozz fan. I can put this on and drive a new batch of people in my life crazy, and I love that I have it on vinyl finally. So with that said, I'm gonna close. Thank you all for watching, and thank you those who have joined the channel, and all the best to you. And I'll be back with probably a new tripod and the next video. Who knows what that'll be? I don't. I have a whole stack of vinyl right here to my right that I have to unpack. So who knows what the next item will be. Until then, take care of others, and much love.